An appeal hearing is underway in London in what could be a last-ditch attempt by WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to block his extradition to the United States. The 52-year-old was indicted in the U.S. on multiple spy charges following the bombshell publication of classified U.S. military and diplomatic records back in 2010 and 2011. If convicted, he could face life in prison. Assange's supporters, seen gathering outside the court, say the case is politically motivated and that he is being persecuted for exposing alleged U.S. war crimes in Iraq and Afghanistan. NBC News international correspondent Josh Lederman's outside the High Court in London. So, Josh, bring us up to speed on how exactly we got here and what this appeal hearing is all about.
Well, Joe, as you can see, it is a very colorful situation here outside of the Royal Courts of Justice, with many of those Assange supporters showing up to protest his potential extradition. Assange himself had hoped to be in court today, but his legal team says he's actually too ill to be here. But this legal saga dates back more than a decade that Assange has been fighting extradition, including those 7 years that he spent holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy here in London. 2 years ago, the British government signed the order to actually extradite him to the U.S. to face those espionage charges. And so this hearing is really the final attempt by Assange to try to secure an appeal that could prevent him from being extradited to face justice in the U.S.
So, Josh, what's the main argument from Assange and his legal team against this extradition?
Well, Assange's legal team argues, look, he's not a spy. He's a journalist and a whistleblower who exposed crimes by the U.S. government. But they're also making another argument that it would actually violate his human rights to extradite him to the U.S. because of the potential that he might not physically make it if he were imprisoned in the U.S. Take a listen to what his wife, Stella Assange, had to say.
His health is in decline. Mentally and physically, his life is at risk. Every single day he stays in prison. And if he is extradited, he will die. Julian will be put in a hole. If he is extradited, be put in a hole so far and deep in the ground that I don't think I'll ever see him again.
Now, the U.S. has made assurances to the British government that they won't put Assange in maximum security prison in the U.S., that his human rights will be respected, Joe, but ultimately it will be up to a judge to decide whether to consider that appeal.
Josh, if Assange does lose this appeal, what happens next? How quickly could he actually be in America?
Potentially within days or even a matter of weeks at the most, although there is a slight possibility, Joe, that a European court could intervene, saying that it would violate his human rights to extradite him to the U.S. But there are questions about whether or not that court could even act fast enough to stop the extradition, given that U.S. Marshals are pretty much ready to get on a plane to come here to London to bring Assange back to the U.S. if the U.S. is successful in getting this extradition.
All right. Josh Lederman. Josh, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.